So, my dear friends, future subscribers, colleagues, those who follow my work, as well as the esteemed international community, with your permission, I'm going to read out some of my notes that I provide. And after all, before every presentation, I do try to prepare myself in terms of I always write down even my speech, yeah, and so on, since I'm mostly not exactly a public person. Yes, today I won't be analyzing the chart for the current trading week in detail. Basically, the essence doesn't change. We are confidently in a bearish cycle, and any reversal is only possible as a correction. However, I would like to touch upon the issues, the things that interest everyone. Of course, in the end, you need to have a market scenario in order to make your trading more logical and effective, to have results. And when they tell you, often in a rather abstract way, about where the price will go or how the market works, most often it's done by people or exchange agents who, in the end, turn you into liquidity providers. Liquidity, yeah, or they attract you with trading preferences naturally. You'll be liquidated in any case. Let's be honest. Why? The market logic has changed. There are institutional players, large participants, whose interests I naturally respect, so I don't demonstratively publish the nearest price zones for everyone. They are available only to my analytical system, to those who are on my team. This is necessary to maintain the balance of power. The second players are the retail sector, which relies on indicators. If they tell you to rely on this or that indicator, these traders calling themselves specialists, bloggers and so on, by the way, I've noticed, they often call themselves whales or other types of animals while being human. Yeah, and of course this causes concern. It causes concern in terms of who they actually identify themselves as. Professional traders, analysts, and so on. We live in an age, an era of transition of humans into the age of algorithms, where human and algorithm are a synthesis. And those who don't know how to synthesize the logic of intellectual abilities with algorithmic systems, he won't be able to trade properly. If you focus on algorithms or just on logic, if you analyze, that is, break it down, there's also no chance. Wave analysis, trading from levels after the fact, has nothing to do with specific price zones and the coordinates of the instrument's arrival in a particular zone. Pre-factum, what I'm showing you. Any trading based on patterns is knowingly in this chess game. It essentially makes you basically a liquidity provider. Pay attention to who is giving you information. Exchange agents mostly, and exchanges are just executors of someone else's institutional will. Are you surprised by the price movement trajectory I'm showing you? Ask yourself, where is the stop loss there? Yes, think about it. If you want a well-reasoned and truly high-quality trading model, you need an analytical system, discipline, logic, and information in your trading process, which naturally many people don't have. For example, to analyze the market, you need to understand what cluster analysis is. The chart you see is lagging. You need to read the order book. However, half of the traders don't even know how to set it up. I'm already saying that. I'm not saying that there are only robots there whose densities you see algorithms. And what is cluster analysis? Who is the determining factor? Which contracts are real? Which ones are imitating buy or sell? If they tell you to trade based on indicators, they're making you liquidity providers. As a rule, those who aren't interested in your successful trading are interested in personal gain. In my situation, I think everyone already understands, I'm just developing my project and scaling up. Once we reach a certain number of people in the closed system with me, in the ecosystem I'm forming, yes, we'll go into the shadows in order not to cross certain interests, and entry to the group will be closed. I still show a certain amount of respect for institutional analysts, particularly for those analysts who are employed at large, well-established companies, those who have special non-disclosure access, such as NDAs and so on. In this particular case, I would really like to take a moment to say that I can see, just how many people being in the retail sector, especially while trading or working in this environment, people often go through emotional exhaustion and also experience discouragement and disappointment. Think about who is helping you, who is advising you, and who you are moving with. That's all. I'm not into self-promotion. No. Why? My work doesn't require me to chase an endless number of followers. No. I'm just scaling up. Look at how all around these analysts and traders analyze the chart. They don't even understand what it is at all. What lies beneath the surface of the chart. If you want to receive market scenarios and have understanding and logic, welcome. With your permission, today I'd like to avoid drawing on the chart for you, because in the previous analytical system, I basically said the main things, nothing has changed. The instrument, whether it's Bitcoin or Ether, builds a position and unloads, nothing complicated. The question is, what are you trading? What information are you working with? Who is giving it to you? If your analyst and trader cannot name specific coordinates for the instrument's arrival and their work cannot be verified, it's not analytics or trading, it's a casino. Thank you very much. With your permission, I have gone ahead and voiced the main points, as well as some additional details and so on, to make sure everything is clear. And, out of respect for my followers, those who are on my team and support me, I wanted to make sure I addressed everyone properly, and so forth. Right now, they are all working with the information I provided, and respect for large capital institutional participants. I will publish the next price zones, once executed, only after their execution. Everything needed, the information has already been provided. It will be available for public disclosure only after execution. And then professional traders will be able to analyze post factum what they are specialists in. Thank you. I thank you.